What's going on, everyone? We are back, balling out here. Shawn, Nate, and Grant back for another Hot Take Monday. So we'll continue to give our hot takes. I will say some of them have came to fruition, and some of them we're trying to see the full season to see what happens. But we got the trade deadline and everything else coming up. But we'll wait to talk about that stuff at a later date. But today we're just gonna give our hot takes and see how spicy we can get today. So. Sure, I can start it off. I'll go ahead and start it off.
All right.
So, what was it? Probably about a month and a half ago, I went on my whole, Clippers rant. When they were like 6-21, they were looking terrible. Everything like this. I'm back. I'm here to say, now there's been like one team in NBA history to finish, start the season that bad and to finish over 500. No team has gone to the playoffs. My hot take for today is the Los Angeles Clippers will finish over 500 and will make the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying we a championship team or anything like that, but I'm saying, we'll get to the first round, play San Antonio, play OKC, but, I think we will
Playoff, not the play-in?
Well, yeah, that would be the play-in, but we win the play-in and then go on to the playoffs. So I know I said before, we was just a play-in team, but firm believer now, and what I'm seeing, that they are a playoff team. And they will finish above 500 right now. They're stacking wins. They're starting to stack wins. They're looking good. So we gonna end up seeing what ends up happening. But I'm a firm believer now that the Los Angeles Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and crew will make the playoffs in 2026.
I mean, I know they've had a good little stretch of games here, but it's not like they've been playing a lot of comp either. I mean, the
True.
Wizards, the Bulls, the
Hold
Hornets.
on, Shawn. Shawn, let me ask you a question here, and I mean this was, I'm so sincere here. Did you start doing something different with your team? Because I get it, they are 9-1. I mean, who? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm looking at the standings right now as it is. Like, yeah, I can see you guys as a playing team, no doubt about that. But like at the moment, there ain't no way you're getting past either Warriors, Suns. You ain't. I don't think you're doing. I don't think you're doing none of that.
See, that's the thing. I think they do get past the Warriors because, as I said last week, I don't think the Warriors will make the playoffs. Even if whether they make a move or they don't make a move, I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I think they're going to be playing team. Right there with the Clippers, we could see Clippers Warriors in that playing matchup. First playing game. But
Could be
I
that
just think
too.
that I'm a firm believer now. From what I've seen, Kawhi Leonard's been hooping. Right, should be an all-star. James Harden, borderline all-star. It's been some injuries and things like that. I'm excited to see what happens at the trade deadline. See if we add some pieces or something like that. But yeah, I think they can get it done. I think they can get it done. Yeah.
I want the clip pulled up of you going on your rant, and then I want all this included because you were pretty heavy on them. Like you were done. Like I had never seen you
It
actually
was.
be done like that, and it just took a 9-1 over the last 10. And you're like, yeah, we're good. We're back.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
took
did
it
you
took
forget?
9-1 over last 10, 15-3. Last 18, they've been hot. They've been hot. They've been rolling. So they've been stacking wins. Say what you want to say. It might have been Chris Paul, might have been some other people, but I don't know what happened. But it's like ever since Chris Paul went home, the culture changed. Like Jaylen Brown said, the culture has shifted. So it really did shift. I don't know
Yeah,
exactly
I
what it
That's
mean,
true.
was. I'd love to, get some insight onto that, but it seems like now that from what I've seen, like Jeff Van Gundy, assistant coach, he's the defensive guy. It's kind of like had a little bit more say, and I don't know. I'd like to hear it more of it, as the season goes along. But yeah, I'm a believer
I
now.
did
I think they
see,
make the
yeah,
playoffs.
I did see. I think it was either Jordan Miller. It was one of the bench guys after the games. One of the games, they asked kind of what has changed, and I think he just kind of said we're a little bit more focused. There's not as much talk around in the locker room, so definitely seems like something about that Chris Paul, him leaving and them just kind of focusing a little bit more on playing might have done something for him. But I mean, yeah, I kind of agree with Grant though. I'm excited to see by the end of the season we can put both clips side by side and
mhm.
we'll just have you watch it back.
Yeah.
Just because I mean, yeah, I feel like within a month and a half that your emotions towards the Clippers should not be like that up and down. But I mean, hey, that's that's fandom. I feel like we probably experienced that with the Pistons or even the Lions or any of the other teams that we
Yeah,
follow. So, but
yeah.
I don't mind that, I guess. It might kind of tie into mine just because I just saw this report Shams put out. Aaron Gordon's gonna be out another 4 to 6 weeks. He'd already missed some time, if I'm not mistaken, but my hot take was gonna be that I don't think the Nuggets are going to win a playoff series, and I know they'll get Jokic back, and Jamal's been hooping, but they've had some games where their starting lineups are kind of, not full-time NBA guys. Christian Brown's still out. And it'll be interesting to see with Gordon being out, kind of how they can hold. Hopefully, I mean, with Jokic coming back, they'll still stay in that top five. But kind of what we were talking about last week, I feel like there's some teams in the West within that 6 to 7, 8 range where if they make the playoffs, I think and if Denver stays at 3 seed, I think they could probably knock them off in that first series.
Mm.
But it'll all depend really on how Jokic does when he comes back, because if he still plays like an MVP type guy, then maybe not. But I feel like since they don't have all their pieces for a lot of the season, it's just hard to kind of get that momentum going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. It's just the only thing, like if they get matched up against like it'd be tough because honestly, I don't
I mean, if it's like LA,
Timber.
they'd probably win because LA
Oh,
never beats
LA.
the Nuggets. But
Yeah, and that's also
True.
part of my hot take as well later. So I'll get into the whole thing with the Lakers. But no, I just like if it's the Timberwolves, like I don't see Ant taking them down. I just don't see that happening.
See,
If
I
the
feel like
Lakers
the
fall back,
Timberwolves they could maybe match up decent with them. But that's the thing too. I mean, by the time it's not like Gordon's gonna be out the rest of the year, so he'll come back by playoff time. But we'll see. I mean, they're obviously a good squad, but one of these teams I don't think will win first
yeah,
round
I mean,
matchup.
like I'll say, like, I'm high on the Rockets to be honest. Like I think if the Nuggets were to drop a couple games, like the Nuggets might, or the Rockets might go ahead and basically flip flop with them. And like if that's the case, if the Nuggets find themselves sitting at like that 4 seed, which kind of looks like either Lakers, Timberwolves, Suns kind of fighting for that at the moment. Obviously, a lot of ball left, so we'll see. But like I just unless like they were to play like somehow the Rockets or something like that, I don't see them losing. Like I just think they at least get one series. I don't know if this team wins it all. The West is just tough. It's gonna be a dogfight, gauntlet.
Right.
But it's just like I don't know. Personally, I think I couldn't see him losing first round. But that's just me. But I respect the take, of course.
I'm rooting for the Clippers to beat them then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nah, I like the take. I don't know, because like you mentioned, they got Jokic coming back, and Jamal Murray's still playing at the level that he's playing at. But I feel like that 2-man game is gonna be hard for them, to lose. But then you take into account, the injuries to Christian Braun, Aaron Gordon. Like those are two key pieces. And we saw it last year, them taking OKC to 7 games. Like those are two key pieces, to helping them almost, win that series. So it'll be interesting to see, how it kind of plays out. But I mean, they've had some guys like Peyton Watson. He's been outstanding this year.
Yeah.
Tim Hardaway Jr. has kind of stepped up. And filled the gap. Shooting presence, knockdown shooter for them. But yeah, no, I don't hate the take though. I don't hate the take at all. I could definitely, depending on that matchup, who they get, I could see them struggling a little bit. I definitely could, but I don't know. I guess it depends on what kind of Jokic, we get back, and then Jamal Murray, if he can sustain this high level of play that he's been playing at. So
And Jokic don't want to play any more basketball than he has to. So
It is
hey,
also
true.
true.
he probably wouldn't even be mad if they lost. He'd go back to Serbia and hang out with his horses. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Shawn said it best too. Though also, like it really does depend on how Jokic, like what his status is looking like how how he's looking at that point. Because I mean, if he comes back and he just isn't really looking himself, he's not like that guy. Then you got some room because like for example, like Timberwolves, as much as Rudy Gobert sucks, he's somewhat decent against just an actual center when he doesn't have to move around a whole lot. So like you can get like that matchup. I mean, you can get creative in the playoffs too. So like if there's some exploits you can, find out within the Nuggets, then yeah. So I guess it just depends. Yeah, I think Jokic is a huge part of that though for sure. I mean, obviously too.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I'll get into my hot take here. I think we will all like this here, but I got some reasons for why I think so. The Detroit Pistons, I don't know if this has been said or not. I feel like it has. We are making the finals this season. It's happening. It's
Mm,
time. It's time. Just for starters here, obviously, it doesn't say a whole lot because, I mean, there's some really bad teams out there in the NBA. As much as we say it's pretty top heavy Western Conference, then East just sucks. So, like, for example, right now, Pistons 29 and 10, first teams above 500. Seem to be taking care of business there. I know we kind of struggled against the Celtics a little bit. I think we dropped 2 games to them, or is it 3? Do you guys know off the top of your head?
I
The
think
season series is 2-2. I think, yeah.
So, yeah, we dropped a 2 to them. Yeah. So, we in the 2, the 1 was bad. The end of the game, we blew it there, and it's, like, stuff like that where, like, I just get kinda like when you're playing, like, the Knicks in those playoff series and you're leading for so much of those games and you just can't get the win. It's like, I get it, we've done that with some of these other teams, but, like, last year, now at this point that we can actually accept it. I'm glad it happened like that just because this team, it was a little young. I don't know if we would've won it like that. Having had that experience in the playoffs, we're gonna be hungry. We're already one of the best teams right now in the league. Number 1 in power rankings. I don't know if you guys saw that as of recent. We're also 2nd in the league right now for defensive rating. We're just studs. I mean, just defensively right now, it's gonna it'll be huge in the playoff time. We got Beef Stew locking it down. Thompson just ripping everybody. You can put him on some guards, forwards. You can kind of mismatch him around a little bit. And then we're also 2nd in offensive rebounding percentage. We're getting about 35% offensive rebound, rate, whatever you want to call it. So it's like those right there, just in my eyes, like if we can lock teams down, or we can if we can rebound like that, dude, we're gonna be a tough out in the playoffs. Tough out. And we play good on at home and on the road as well. I mean, not much discrepancy between either. 18 and 5 at home versus 15 and 6 on the road. Doesn't seem either way really to be affecting any of that right there. So it's like we also have one of the highest point differentials in the NBA at the moment with plus 7.2.
Yep.
Just kind of looking around, like the top part of the East right there, the next closest is the Celtics at plus 6.3. And so even with that, like we're solid. I think it's our time. The only one critique I'll make, and obviously I think Zay and everyone in Detroit's pointed it out, we just suck at shooting the 3 ball. We are not great. And if we just get some shooters, I don't know if the Pistons are really making any moves. Don't do anything drastic. Like there's nothing really to change with this team. I like the direction of it. Obviously, we need a shooter. If you can get one for a good price, go for it. But at the end of the day, kind of a little ramble there, but I firmly believe that this is the time. I think we get it done.
so
I'm
you
just a
think
little
we
afraid
win
of
it or we
Boston.
make the finals?
We make it, make it, make
Okay,
it.
okay,
I
okay. I
still
was about to
think
say, don't
I
totally
still think
jinx us
we're
like that.
yeah. No. No. I think whoever comes out of the West is gonna win it, to be honest. But no, I think we get out of the East. I think the East is not all that. I think we are just a damn good team. You put us in the West too. I still think we're competing. We have the tools for it. I just can we put it together? And Cade's playing some of his best basketball out there right now too. I mean, averaging double double basically 25 and 9.8. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And the leap that Jalen Duren's taken as well too. It's just like everyone seems to be taking leaps. Like I don't know anyone that's really kind of regressed.
Yeah.
Except Duncan Robinson sucks, but that's Michigan guy, so
Harris
but
LeVert
like
sucks. That's what it is.
it's the Michigan guys, bro. But yeah, but I do. I mean, I think we got the tools for it. I think last year again, really last year, that series against the Knicks, like it was so hard to watch just because we'd have the lead for most of the game. We'd be dominating, we'd be doing this, and then just couldn't put it together in the end. So that's the one thing I will worry about is can we get some 3-point shots? Can we get some things happening? But all these guys have got 1 year experience in that. So that's gonna show. It's gonna help out. Hey, you've gone through exactly this. And so really and honestly, I don't think the Knicks are all that anyway
No.
this year anyway. So even that too, I think it's a mixture of we are just kind of hitting our stride at the moment, plus the rest of the East is just I don't think they're there.
Now let me follow up with that because you said they need a shooter and like you said we've all like touched on it. What do you think that shooter is that like we should go for? Because I know Mike Porter Jr. has been Trey Murphy, Malik Monk. Those are just some names, but like, do we need like a 3-point shooter or like a shot creator type of?
I like just a 3-point shooter, honestly. I think Cade is just he runs the offense so well. I mean, if he can handle the rock a little bit, sure, that's always great. But I want a sharpshooter out there. We need someone that can knock down a shot. You can call some plays for him, get Cade involved, because I mean, again, with the amount of pressure that Cade, already brings, it's like he's gonna be able to find and kick it open to the open guy. He can dish the rock. So it's just you gotta get a sharpshooter. You gotta get somebody like I do like the Malik Monk. I mean, he always gets tossed around in those ideas there, but he is a good shooter. And it's not like he has to have, like, a huge role in that sense. You just need to knock down some open threes. I mean, we just, like, get that's how we end up losing games there, we go on, like, 3 straight misses or 1 out of 4, or whatever it is, and our defense holds up for the most part, so that's why we, got away with it too, but, I mean, at some point, like I said, playoff time, like, it's teams are gonna exploit that, so you gotta be ready. I just think that we know this is not new knowledge, so it's like, you got time, a lot of ball.
Yeah.
What I wanna know whatever happened with the whole I mean, no, he was, I think, cleared by the NBA, but the whole Malik Beasley situation too, I mean,
That's
he's probably
yeah.
not obviously coming back this season, but, like, I don't know if he'll ever come back in terms of, like, what's going on with that, but I think for what we need to, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter what player, we do just need a knockdown shooter at this point, like, whether that's they have to get hot later in the season, but I agree, I don't think we need to really, like, drastically get rid of anyone
Mhm.
just to try to make our odds any better. I think we already have an elite defense, and yeah, it's really just on that shot making portion that we kind of need that little bit of a boost. And maybe it comes from Cade, or maybe it comes from someone who's already on the squad and they kind of get hot at the right time.
I mean, who knows? Tobias might just get hot, he might just start cooking, he might
Nah,
start
yeah.
knocking down,
I don't
but
want to put my hopes up too high for Tobias. I
I
mean,
I mean, I'm already done with that, but you just never know, you just never
yeah.
know, but yeah, don't count on it, don't hold your breath on that one.
Now I have heard because I mentioned Malik Monk. Now I have heard some rumblings. Don't hold me to this, but I've heard some rumblings. Zach Levine has been a name that has been floating around for the
Oh,
last
no.
couple of years. No, you wouldn't let now not trade for him. But if he's not traded, what could happen is Sacramento could essentially buy him out. But if he came to the Pistons, via buyout. Okay, but not trade. No, I agree. I wouldn't trade for him. He's up there in age. His contract is terrible. I wouldn't trade for him either because it'd have to be like Ivy, Tobias, Karis
Yeah,
LeVert.
it's not worth that. He's not
Yeah,
even close.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing too. Like I don't think, and I said this last week. I don't think that they're gonna, trade like Tobias, or make like a big move or anything like that. And that's because of the team chemistry that we have right now, and just the way that they're hooping and everything like that. Sometimes you can't mess that up. But there is times where and I've said this last week. With the same thing with the Lions and the Tigers. The Red Wings. You got to add pieces. You can't just all bank on what you have right now. If you need pieces, you try to bring them in. So I'm interested to see if the Pistons will make a move. Like you said, I don't think it'll be a big splash or anything like that. But I do hope that they make something small because yeah, Duncan Robinson has his nights, but then sometimes he's off. You're not getting any defense from him. So he's strictly out there to give you 3-point shots. And if he's not doing that, then he's a negative on the court. And
Mhm.
then Karis LeVert, he's just a negative all around. In
Yeah.
my eyes, every game I've watched, he's just
He's
negative all
terrible.
around. And then you have Dennis Jenkins and Jaden Ivey. They can give you about 8 to 10, each night. And Tobias, you might get a hot Tobias, or you're gonna get a cold Tobias. There's no in between. So it definitely it's a difficult situation. If I'm Trajan Langdon, it's definitely a difficult situation to evaluate. Like what do I need? I see what I need, but how can I get it without giving up the farm or giving up too much? But if they have to give up draft picks, I'm fine with giving up draft picks. Even though this draft class coming in is top, one of the best, I wouldn't say try to you know save it to get a late pick, especially if, like you said, we're fine as bounds. I think that
Yeah.
Yeah.
we are
Well,
too. I
and
was just
to speak on the draft picks too, I think I saw an article. I don't really know how realistic this is for Brooklyn's situation, but like if they do want to give up MPJ for 2 picks, first or second, I definitely think that's something that we can do. It's just, is Brooklyn a team that's gonna want to do that? Because I feel like that's more of just a mindset of like, we're just gonna give away any value we have and just not really have any value on this team. I don't really think Brooklyn wants to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe they do want draft picks. Like, obviously, I think everyone would want a valuable draft pick, but for what we're giving them, we're going to be good anyway in the future. So I don't think they're really going to be getting much. If anything, I think they would send it to a team that would be a little bit lower in the standings. But yeah, I mean, I agree. I think if we need to give up 2 second rounders or a first round pick in 2 years, go ahead and try to do that for
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, most
Right,
certainly.
yeah. Yeah, we don't need to hold on to no 2031 draft pick, man, if we're trying to win
No.
now.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
2026, and the core you got, you're at the first place right now, so you could contend for the next, 3, 4, 5 years, especially everybody's young, except outside of Tobias and Duncan, everybody else is young. So, you
And
keep this core together, extend Jalen Duren this offseason, extend Sar, next couple of years, and you'll be straight. So, yeah, draft picks, I don't think we don't need to hold on to them. We don't need to be greedy like Sam Presti, we're good.
yeah.
Make your move now, So, yeah, no. But yeah, that's any other hot takes you guys have for tonight? Grant, you low key, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna wait to give that hot take, so it might come back in a couple weeks, but I do agree with that take. I was just waiting until they hit 40 wins to
Yeah,
to
no,
to
I'm
then,
I'm
have
calling
some
it
meat
now.
on it. But
I'm calling it
I
early,
like it.
yeah.
I like it.
He's
I
calling
like
it
It's
it.
now.
time. It's time to sound the alarms. This is happening. I mean, they're just playing good. They are. They're playing good ball. So I'm excited to watch the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we got trade deadline coming up, next couple days here. The deadline will be coming, so we'll have something special for that. Do reactions and live episode of the trades and everything that's taking place. So we'll talk about that, and then we get to All-Star break and things, so we'll have some special stuff for you guys. But yeah, absolutely, we'll keep pace. And keep an eye on everything that's happening around the NBA, and all the crazy Giannis stuff and things of that matter. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But yeah, that's all we got for now. Until then, we'll catch you guys next time.